Recognising the signs of concussion and removing children from the field of play can save lives. That was the message from Education Minister John O'Dowd and Sports Minister Carál Ní Chuilín as they jointly launched a new leaflet and poster campaign today aimed at highlighting the dangers of concussion in children and young people. The Recognise and Remove campaign was launched here at the Dub at Queensport Upper Malone. Education Minister John O'Dowd, we have launched the Recognise and Remove campaign today. You're keen to get children playing sport and being active in school. Is Recognise and Remove an important message to fit in with that?
It is, and this isn't about discouraging young people from playing sports. This is about playing sports safely. We do want our young people to be out involved in physical activity. It's good for their physical well-being and their mental health well-being. So involve yourselves in sports, involve yourselves in team sports and contact sports. The campaign we're launching today is about playing sports safely and being aware of some of the dangers that are involved in contact sports. This could happen in the playground, it could happen in your backyard, it could happen with a child falling off a bicycle. Simple things like that. This information in this leaflet, Recognise and Remove, will allow parents, teachers and coaches to recognise the symptoms of concussion, because it's not about unconsciousness. It's about young people when they get a heavy hit. They may feel disorientated, they may not be aware of their surroundings, and the leaflet gives you simple hints as to how to measure that. And if any doubt at all, in sports, remove them from the activity and rest them, get medical advice. If it happens in the home, seek medical advice as well.
And can you tell me, why have you taken this step of distributing these posters and leaflets?
Following the tragic death of Benjamin Robson, his parents and his family came to meet with myself and Minister Ní Chuilín, and they impressed upon us passionately the need to raise awareness, particularly in schools and sporting environments, around the dangers of concussion. And as a result of their dedication to the memory of their son and to ensure that this doesn't happen to any other family, that we're here today and we're issuing over 500,000 leaflets, posters to every school, an information campaign to schools and to communities to ensure that we do raise awareness of the dangers of concussion.
Dr. Woods, can you tell us about the medical dangers of concussion, please?
Well, it has to be recognised and remembered that concussion constitutes a brain injury, though in the vast majority of cases that is slight and self-limiting. The key message for today is, however, that concussion of itself then leaves an individual prone to what's called second impact syndrome, which potentially has some very tragic and indeed, as we saw in the case of Benjamin Robson, fatal consequences. And it is really awareness of that issue that is the key message to get across today. And the key way of preventing second impact syndrome is preventing the second impact, i.e. removing the child or the teenager, as we're concentrating on today, from the sporting activity and getting them properly assessed.
Guys, is it very important for young sports people in particular to look after their heads on the sports pitch?
Yeah, no, I think so. As we've seen today, head injuries can be fatal, and especially being a sportsman, that's something that you need to look after. And to see incidents like that happen is very sad. So to prevent that, it's about recognising that you've taken a bang, and then also being honest with the doctor and taking a step. Maybe if you have to go off the pitch, do that.
I think the one thing I read in the brochure there, if in doubt, sit out, and I think that's a great message to sort of take with you. For any young people who are playing sport, or any of your teammates, if you're not sure, it can be dangerous. It has been fatal, so be safe.
If you're taking part in a game and you do sustain a head injury, the immediate thought is to get up and get on with it, and you're thinking of winning it at all costs type thing. But if, in hindsight, I suppose, if you're to look at it and say, well, long-term injury or possibility of picking up a serious injury from it, then I think it needs to be highlighted that if you do get a bump to the head, then that you're taken off. And whether it's identified by a player on the pitch or identified by a coach, a doctor, a physio, they have a major role to play in taking that decision away from the player themselves.
Minister, you're working with Minister O'Dowd to get this message out to sports clubs and schools. Why is it important?
Well, John and I met with Benjamin Robinson's family, and as parents we were obviously struck by the tragedy of the loss of Benjamin, but also that there was something that we could do practically to try and raise the whole issue of recognising what concussion is and recognising what we need to do if we suspect a concussion occurs. So, I mean, that's really the basis of today. Today is the start of it. You know, Karen and Peter Robinson have spoke about something positive coming out of their personal tragedy, and they're quite happy with what we're doing today in terms of the campaign. The governing bodies are here today. Some of them spoke, I thought, very honestly. And the power that they have in terms of, you know, I suppose the resources they're putting in around the players and the athletes. So they're now better aware, the coaches are better aware, the schools will be better aware, as parents we're better aware. And I think it's really, you know, if there's an awareness campaign, you know, that will certainly make a difference, this one is it.
Peter, can you tell us a little bit about Benjamin?
Well, Benjamin, he was a 14-year-old who was at Carrickfergus Grammar School. And just your typical teenager, you know, loved Man U, which I detest, but never mind, we'll not go into that. But he just loved life, loved his rugby, loved his football. And unfortunately for us, you know, during a rugby game back in 2011, he lost his life as a result of concussion. Concussion should be a life skill, just like we teach road safety. We talk about swimming, you know, we teach swimming, don't call it drowning lessons. You know, it's a positive thing, you know, if you have it for the rest of your life, to be concussion aware and know that concussion can be fatal, then you can prevent that.
From today, 800,000 leaflets, 15,000 posters and 25,000 laminated pocket concussion recognition tools are being distributed to schools and sports clubs right around the north. The message is well and truly out there.